We've got a question from Anthony. It's about TV comedy, which you're a part of. Is it just nice to give a preface? Is it just me, or are we missing old school sketch shows? Fast Show, Big Train, and Harry Enfield and Chums, to name but a few. What do you think the sketch show? Why do you think the sketch show has died down in the UK?
Because producers started having too much of a say in them and made them shit.
Yeah.
And didn't leave comedians to do what comedians do best, which is be funny.
If you want to see that documented, Extras, Ricky Gervais's Extras, basically over those 2 series, it's brilliant. Extras. It's not quite as famous as The Office or anything, but he charts the meddling of TV producers at the BBC of how they go, oh, I think we should do this, and fuck up his idea gradually to make it something that is basically soulless and shit. It's really interesting TV.
Do you know what I think is quite forgotten? It's now forgotten as a sketch show that I think was actually really, really, really funny for a while. The Catherine Tate Show.
Catherine Tate Show was brilliant. Before that, Big Train. Did you watch Big Train?
No.
Fuck me. Big Train was as good as any sketch show we've had. Like, after the Fast Show, Catherine Tate was on Big Train. I think it was Graham Linehan and I think it was the guys to do with Father Ted.
To be honest with you, though,
fucking great.
When my time frees up a little bit, July, August, September wise, as I get a little bit quieter with not touring as much, I actually want to start doing some sketches for our channel, and put some stuff out. Like, if you look,
I have to free up my diary because I've got a lot of NFT development going on. But yeah, go on.
We'll outsource that.
Nice.
To an NFT designer club.
Chinese.
Yeah. Like Shane Gillis, who's today's guest, we spoke about his sketches with him.
Oh my God.
They're fucking unbelievable.
Incredible.
The gold standard.
Yeah.
And TV comedy is, I think it plays a valuable part in our industry, but it is becoming more and more sanitized. And Shane has proven that they're a lot funnier if you just let comedians make them themselves.
If you don't have a producer going, oh, the sponsors aren't going to like that, shove the sponsors and what they think up your fucking hoop.
He says whilst drinking his sponsor.
Right, this is what happens. As soon as I get an email from Sneak going, listen, Dan, you're a great ambassador for Sneak. It's a great word, 10. But you're going to have to stop saying those things. I will literally put a black bit of tape over Sneak. I'll still drink it because it's phenomenal. Shove it up your hoop. You can sponsor us. You don't get to tell us what to say.
But I want to start filming some sketches. I've already had some ideas.
We could do such funny sketches.
Yeah.
Gillian Keeves, we talked about it in the episode with Shane. And a lot of people are watching this who know Shane Gillis.
Ryan Long is another...
Fucking God, they're so amazing.
Ryan Long is another New York-based comic who's done a lot of really great sketches. I'll show you some of his when we finish recording.
Key and Peele as well.
Oh God, yeah, fucking hell, Key and Peele. The UK when I was growing up, the Fast Show, like probably Little Britain was when you were at school. Was that right?
Yeah, it was the best.
Yeah, so that I was a bit older, but you could just talk to people in the Fast Show. In the Fast Show language.
Me dad adores the Fast Show.
Yeah.
Like, he used to bang on about that a lot. And I really like it.
And a lot of it is repetition. Like, a lot of them aren't standalone.
Yeah.
What they did very well was go, this will be funny. And you'd watch it the first time and go, I don't really know why that's funny. By episode 4, you're like, it's that thing from before.
I also love some of the classics. Like, one of my favourite things, and I watch it sort of maybe like 5 times a year, is the 2 Ronnies... The Mastermind sketch, and his special subject is answering the question before last.
Some of the cleverest comedy writing you will ever see.
So good.
The best of the 2 Ronnies is some of the best British comedy historically, I think. Yeah.
And that one, the Mastermind one, very nearly never made it as a sketch.
Oh, really?
That was like a throwaway one where they were like, we're not sure whether this will be funny or work. And I think that I know their more sort of quoted and famous one is the 4 Candles.
Yeah.
But I think the Mastermind one is better. Personally.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. That was a good question. We've not talked about sketch stuff. I don't think,
Sketch comedy at its best is phenomenal. And sketch comedy from average downwards is shite. And that's the problem. Like, average stand-up is watchable. Average sketches aren't. Sketches have to be brilliant to be watchable. And
My mates
that's in
Ed,
short
Ed
supply.
Kiri and Gene did Ed Kiri and
Gaines Family Gift Shop.
yeah, they did Gaines Family Gift Shop a few years ago, and I remember they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to start doing sketches," and this is 7-8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. And you were like, everyone was like, "Why? No one does fucking sketches." And the first time I saw them do them live, it's really watching 4 people who are really smart at what they do, and were getting it right. It's an amazing thing to watch live. You're like, fuck, these are good. If you really do it properly. Kath and Kiri was like directing it, producing it. Ed and James Meehan just had such great chemistry on stage. And the year after, we went to see them live at Edinburgh, and it was quality. Like, they'd selling out 100-seater. Really, really
I saw
well
the show.
done.
It was great.
Yeah, really well done. And it was a proper, like, David O'Doherty was in, and what's your Peter Serafinovitz
Oh yeah.
was in. It was like, you were like sat there like, my mates are doing a fucking sketch show that 2 years ago everyone had been like, why are you doing this? And then 2 or 3 years later, they're getting the newcomer nomination and everyone's up their arse. It was great to see.
Peter Serafinovitz has got one of the funniest moments in British
It's
TV
the
comedy
funniest.
history. When Jimmy Carr
Yeah.
Ask if he
asks
likes
him
puzzles.
if he likes puzzles or something.
Just
like
go
that.
on YouTube and type.
Do you like games?
Yes,
Just
yeah.
go and watch it. Peter Serafinovitz, 8 out of 10 cats, funniest moment. It'll be the top hit.
Respectfully. Hey, Lids. This is 2 questions. This is from Liam and Chloe. I don't know why I'm doing it like this today. Have you ever been to watch the darts? And if you could write on the little signs and be on TV, what would you write? Well, we've talked about the darts before, but we've never done the what would you write on the little signs.
Bit
We're
obvious.
fucking massive, Jimmy.
Or patreon.com/havawordpod.
I'd be like, sneak.
I'd love to
sneak
go and watch
word
the darts. I'd fuck it. I've never been, but I'd love to go to the lakeside and watch the darts.
Oh, Lakeside?
Yeah, that's
Isn't it
it.
all Ali Pally these
Ali
days?
Oh
Pally.
yeah, Ali Pally, sorry.
Oh, Lakeside's old.
BDO, not the BDO. You want the PDC, mate.
Oh, no, you don't want the PDO. You want the pedophile. What?
BDO and the PDC, don't you?
Yeah, oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
BDO's
I
like
the
Martin Wolfie Adams.
I like the WBA, though. What? The IBF?
Ted
What?
Hankey, rest in peace, 2 years in prison.
Who's in
Who's in
charge?
charge? Me or the
devil?
devil?
I think I'm in charge.
Yeah, I remember that. Two pints?
Can we buy tickets right now?
Have you? Whoa! Wait.
What? You've never seen that video?
You haven't seen Ted Hankey's "Who's in Charge, Me or the Devil"?
Is the telly on?
We can't play a video during a thing.
Nobody owns this video.
Don't get this episode taken off YouTube, though, eh? Don't get us copyright struck. I'll watch it, but don't let's too big an episode to get struck because we were like, you not seen Ted Hankey talk shit?
So do you know what you can do? Right?
And just mute it.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just cut this next 5 seconds out of the podcast, and I'll just show him the video. Dan has now seen the video. If you haven't, just go and go on YouTube and put Ted Hankey the Devil.
Is he in prison for murdering women, though?
No, he's doing something to women, but it wasn't murdering them.
All right, yeah, because he seems nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He got 2 years yesterday.
2 years yet?
He got sentenced to 2 years yesterday.
2 years yesterday.
2 years yesterday. That's
You
when
know, you remember 2 years yesterday?
He got sentenced to 2 years yesterday in prison for being a lady toucher.
What a surprise. Who's in charge?
You and the devil.